That $6 can of WD-40 in your garage, it's not what you think. Behind the label are shocking car hacks most mechanics will never tell you, including one that could silently destroy your engine, and another that might save it from total failure. And now, we're revealing them all for free. Stick around until the end because the final bonus trick could bring your car back from the dead with just one spray. Let's start with trick number 15, hidden license plate repair. When's the last time you actually looked at your license plate? Not glanced, looked. Years of road grime, salt, and UV rays have probably faded it from crisp and clear to borderline illegal. And here's what you should know. In some states, a plate that's unreadable is basically a rolling fine just waiting to happen. But the fix? It's almost stupidly easy. Just remove the plate, wash it with warm water and dish soap, and then hit it with WD-40 and a microfiber cloth. Instantly, it cuts through gunk, lifts off rust around the edges, and brings back a cleaner, sharper look. No sanding or repainting needed. No. It won't make it look brand new, but for the price of a gas station sandwich, this 60-second trick might save you $50 in fines and make your ride look just a bit more respectable. And speaking of keeping things clean and problem-free, we're moving under the hood. Trick number 14, battery terminal protection. Pop your hood and see that white, crusty buildup on the battery terminals? That's corrosion, and it's slowly choking your battery's ability to function. Left alone, it leads to weak starts, glitchy electronics, or a dead battery that gives out when you're already running late. Here's the fix that most people overlook. First, disconnect the negative terminal, then scrub everything clean with a wire brush and a simple baking soda solution. Dry it thoroughly, and now comes the WD-40 magic. A quick, light spray on the terminals creates a moisture-resistant barrier that keeps corrosion from coming back. Even better, it makes future cleanup way easier because grime won't bond to the surface. This tiny habit can extend your battery's life by years and save you from a surprise breakdown in the middle of nowhere. But this was pretty basic. Now let's talk about something that isn't just functional. It's flashy. Trick number 13, chrome restoration miracle. Dull chrome is like a broken smile on a nice car. It ruins the whole look. And if you've ever tried bringing back that mirror shine, you know it's either a weekend-killing project or an overpriced detailing session. But here's the shortcut. Spray WD-40 directly onto your chrome bumpers, trim, or exhaust tips, then wipe with a microfiber cloth. Instantly, it cuts through road grime, water spots, and even baked-on tar, all without harsh abrasives. Tougher spots? WD-40's blend of light oils and solvents can even soften up surface rust without damaging the metal underneath. And here's the kicker. It leaves behind a thin protective layer that actually slows future corrosion. So instead of wasting hours polishing or hundreds on chrome-specific cleaners, a few sprays of this $6 miracle makes your trim shine in minutes. Next trick tackles something you see every time you drive and probably forgot to take care of. Trick number 12, tire transformation spray. Your tires take more abuse than any other part of your car. Rain, grime, UV rays, and it shows. Dull, cracked sidewalls don't just make your car look neglected, they silently age your rubber, inviting dry rot and early failure. Most people spend $20 on shiny tire gel that lasts a weekend, but here's the cheap secret. WD-40 can restore that dark, rich look to your sidewalls for a fraction of the price. After giving your tires a good scrub and letting them dry, spray a light coat of WD-40, but only on the sidewalls. Let it sit for a few seconds, then wipe it down with a clean cloth. Instantly, your tires look darker, cleaner, and newer. Even better, WD-40 helps repel future grime and adds UV protection to slow down aging. But here's your safety warning. Never spray it on the tread. That's not just risky, it's downright dangerous. Your tires need grip, not a skating rink. And now your tires look fresh. It's time to protect something far more fragile, your paint job. Because what comes out of trees could cost you thousands. Trick number 11, tree sap paint fix. You step outside, glance at your hood, and boom, there it is. A sticky amber blob of tree sap that looks like nature just vandalized your car. And here's the brutal truth. Sap isn't just gross, it's chemically aggressive. Left untreated, it chews through your clear coat like acid on a mission. Most drivers start scraping or scrubbing, which only makes it worse. But WD-40 quietly becomes your paintwork's secret bodyguard. Just spray it directly onto the hardened sap, wait 2 minutes, and gently wipe with a microfiber cloth. It dissolves the mess without scratching the paint. Then rinse the area with soap and water and follow up with wax to lock in protection. Boom. You just dodged a $500 paint correction or a $2,000 repaint. One warning though, never apply WD-40 on hot paint or in direct sunlight. Use it smart, and you've got a powerful line of defense against one of the most annoying and expensive forms of natural sabotage. Now let's shift from the sticky to the squeaky. Trick number 10, door hinge preservation strategy. If your car door creaks, pops, or feels heavier than it used to, that's not your imagination. That's metal fatigue knocking early. Every open and close wears down those hinges, and once they start corroding or seizing, Your door won't just squeak, it might stop closing properly or sag like it's giving up on life. But here's the fix that takes 10 seconds. Spray WD-40 directly on the hinge pivot points, where metal rubs on metal, then open and close the door a few times to work it in. It flushes out grit, cuts friction, and creates a slick barrier that blocks moisture and rust. But don't overdo it. Wipe off any excess with a clean cloth so it doesn't drip onto your paint or attract dirt like a magnet. Hinges are one of those parts you never think about until they're expensive. And this quick spray could literally add years of smooth, silent performance. But we're not done with doors just yet, because this next silent failure could wreck your entire interior and you'd never see it coming. Trick number 9, weather stripping prevention. Ever yank on your car door in winter and feel like you're breaking into your own vehicle? That's not just the cold being dramatic. That's your weather stripping quietly giving out. And here's where it gets nasty. Cracked rubber seals let water seep inside your cabin, leading to soaked carpets, mold, fried electronics, and floor rot. If that moisture reaches your under-dash wiring, you're looking at thousands in repair bills. But here's the lifesaver. WD-40 Specialist Silicone Spray. Unlike regular WD-40, this version is designed for rubber. It keeps seals soft, flexible, and water-resistant. Just spray a light coat on your door and trunk seals every few months. Then wipe off the excess. That thin, invisible film prevents sticking, freezing, and cracking, especially in cold weather. The result? Dry cabin, quiet doors, no mildew, and hundreds saved before the damage ever starts. And speaking of long-term damage, this next trick tackles the one enemy your car never stops fighting. But it's not just prevention anymore. This one gets serious. Trick number 8, rust repair trick. Think rust is just a cosmetic issue? Think again. Your car's metal parts, hinges, chrome trim, underbody, exhaust, are under constant attack from moisture, salt, and oxygen. And rust doesn't rest. But here's the good news. WD-40 is a rust-fighting superhero when used right. Spray it onto any exposed metal. Door latches, hood hinges, underbody bolts, even chrome exhaust tips. The formula seeps deep into microscopic pores, displacing water and forming a protective barrier that repels moisture before corrosion can get a foothold. Professional detailers swear by it. A few minutes of spraying every few months can save you hundreds in polishing, or thousands in bodywork later. And there's a bonus. That protective layer makes future cleanups easier. Dirt won't cling, and your trim stays cleaner longer. Now let's move from prevention to extraction, because this next trick doesn't just stop rust, it breaks it. Trick number 7, rusted bolt penetrant secret. There's nothing like the soul-crushing moment when a wrench slips off a rusted bolt, or worse, snaps it clean off. If you've ever dealt with sheared bolts or seized parts mid-repair, you know the pain isn't just physical, it's financial. But here's the weapon that mechanics reach for before the torch and hammer. WD-40 Specialist Penetrant. This isn't your average spray and pray solution. Thanks to capillary action, it seeps deep into rusted threads and microscopic gaps, breaking corrosion from the inside out. Just clean the area, spray directly into the threads, and wait a few minutes. Some let it soak longer, but this stuff works fast. Bolts that would normally need brute force loosen like they're apologizing. Forget torching or chiseling. This $6 can might save you a $300 mechanic bill, or worse, a damaged part you can't replace. And speaking of damage you can't afford, wait until you see what a single electrical failure could cost, and how WD-40 can quietly stop it before it even starts. Trick number 6, fix electrical problems with one spray. Electrical issues are the silent killers of the modern car. One day everything's fine. The next you're staring at a dead dashboard or a $700 repair bill for a fried connector. What most people don't realize, these failures often start small. A bit of hidden moisture sneaking into a plug, corroding terminals one drop at a time. That's where WD-40 earns its name. Literally. Water displacement, Formula 40. Spray it lightly on clean, powered-off electrical connectors, battery terminals, fuse boxes, trailer plugs, and it creates a barrier that pushes moisture out and keeps corrosion from creeping in. But here's the pro tip. For delicate electronics, WD-40 Specialist Contact Cleaner is even better. It dries fast, leaves no residue, and clears out over 95% of common surface grime. One spray now could save you from an ECU failure, a misfiring sensor, or a wiring harness meltdown later. Because when electronics go bad, the repairs go deep, and your wallet takes the hit. But what if your car's been acting weird, throwing random codes or idling rough, and no one can figure out why? This next WD-40 trick might just blow your mind. Trick number 5, vacuum repair secret. Ever feel like your engine's having a mood swing? One day it idles fine, the next it's sputtering like it drank bad gas. Or maybe that check engine light keeps popping on and off like it's playing games with your sanity. The hidden culprit? A vacuum leak. One of the most common and most ignored causes of poor engine performance. But here's the genius trick. With the engine running, spray WD-40 near your vacuum hoses and connectors. If the engine idle suddenly changes, you've found your leak. The WD-40 gets sucked in through the crack, temporarily sealing it, and revealing the exact problem area without fancy diagnostic tools. Here's the kicker. Professional mechanics have used this hack for decades, and unlike carb cleaner, WD-40 won't start a fire or melt your plastic components. It's safe, simple, and smart. That $6 can just save you from a $150 smoke test, or hours of guessing. And what if I told you one tiny piece of rubber could silently destroy your windshield and your visibility? This next tip is about more than just noise, it's about safety. Trick number 4, wiper blade protection. Wiper blades are one of those things you completely ignore until they screech across your windshield like nails on a chalkboard during a downpour. But here's what most drivers miss. That awful noise, it's not just annoying, it's a warning sign. Dried out rubber blades can drag, split, and even scratch your glass over time. And those micro scratches, they build up until your entire windshield needs polishing or replacement. Here's a solution. WD-40 Specialist Silicone Spray. Just lift your wiper arms, clean the blades with a damp cloth, then apply a light mist of silicone spray onto the rubber. Wipe off any excess, and you're done. The result? Softer, more flexible blades that glide smoothly, reduce noise, and resist cracking from UV exposure. Your windshield stays clearer, your visibility sharper, and your repair bills way lower. Bika use when it's pouring and you can't see the road. Your wipers aren't just convenient, they're life-saving. And speaking of things that look like fixes and really aren't, this next viral hack is a complete disaster waiting to happen. Trick number 3, scratch fix that ruins everything. You've probably seen the viral hack. Spray WD-40 on a car scratch, give it a quick wipe, and like magic, the scratch disappears. And yeah, it kind of works. For 5 minutes, that oily film fills in the scratch just enough to fool your eyes under certain lighting. But here's the brutal truth. WD-40 doesn't fix scratches. It masks them and creates a bigger problem. That greasy residue clings to dust and grime like a magnet. Over time, it wears down your clear coat, dulls the paint, and can even stain it. People who fell for this quick fix ended up needing full paint corrections, or worse, $3,000 plus repaints. If you want real results, skip the magic tricks and use a proper scratch repair kit from well-known brands. WD-40 is amazing, just not for optical illusions on your paint job. Sometimes the easy fix is actually the most expensive mistake, and that couldn't be more true for what's coming next. Because this next misuse of WD-40 doesn't just ruin your car, it could kill you. Trick number 2, brake contamination catastrophe. It sounds insane, but some people actually spray WD-40 on their brakes, thinking it'll stop squeaking or remove surface rust. Let me be crystal clear, this isn't maintenance, it's a disaster in a can. Your brakes work by creating friction. WD-40 is a lubricant. Put the two together, and you're basically greasing the one system that's supposed to stop 2 tons of moving metal. That residue seeps into your brake pads and rotors, leaving behind a slick film that kills your stopping power. Best case, your brakes squeal and slip. Worst case, they fail completely at 60 miles per hour. Even if you catch the mistake early, contaminated pads and rotors will set you back $300 to $500 per axle. Damage the calipers or lines? Now you're well past $1,000. Want to quiet your brakes safely? Use WD-40's Specialist Brake Cleaner. It's made for high-friction systems and dries instantly without leaving residue. Because here's the truth, your brakes aren't just important. They're what's keeping you alive. Don't risk your life for a squeak. But as dangerous as that sounds, it doesn't compare to the next mistake, one that could destroy your engine from the inside out. Trick number 1, engine destruction warning. Some people actually pour WD-40 into their oil filler cap or fuel tank, thinking it works like a miracle engine cleaner. Let's be clear, that's not a hack. That's engine suicide. WD-40 is a solvent. It evaporates quickly, offers zero thermal protection, and has no lubrication properties where it counts. Engine oil, on the other hand, doesn't just lubricate. It cools, cleans, and cushions metal parts under extreme heat and pressure. Dumping WD-40 into your engine block can lead to overheating, bearing failure, piston seizure, and total collapse. We're talking $3,000 to $10,000 in engine damage. Even worse, WD-40 is flammable inside a hot engine environment. So if you think you're giving your car some secret performance boost, you're really just giving it a chemical heart attack. Use it around the engine bay on bolts, hoses, and components? Absolutely. But never inside. That shortcut leads straight to a scrapyard. But now, what if your engine already won't start? You're stuck in the rain, soaked and alone. That's where WD-40 returns to its original purpose and becomes a literal lifesaver. Bonus tip, flooded engine lifesaver. You hit a deep puddle. Maybe you power wash the engine bay. Or maybe it's just one of those damp, miserable mornings and your car refuses to start. Silence. A weak sputter. Nothing. Before you call a tow truck, remember what WD-40 was originally built for. Water displacement, Formula 40. And this is where that formula becomes a hero. Moisture inside the ignition system can shut everything down. Coils, distributors, plug wires, all it takes is a little water in the wrong place. But a targeted spray of WD-40 can force that moisture out and help your engine fire back to life. Here's how to do it. Turn the engine off and let everything cool. Disconnect the battery, then spray WD-40 directly on any wet ignition components. Distributor caps, coil packs, plug wires. Wait a minute. Reconnect. Try starting. More often than not, it'll crank right up like nothing ever happened. This won't fix serious flood damage, but for light moisture issues, it's a $6 miracle that saves you from a tow bill, a wasted afternoon, or standing in the rain wondering what went wrong. Water displacement isn't just a name, it's a superpower. Time to wrap it out. You just learned 15 WD-40 hacks that could save you thousands in repairs, and maybe even rescue your engine when you least expect it. So which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you found even one of these tricks helpful, smash that like button. And hey, if you think this video was useful, wait till you see our video about the oil change mistakes car owners still falling for. It's wrecking your engine and draining your wallet, and most drivers have no idea. Click here, you'll thank yourself later.